going into this experience, I was like, oh, perfect. I got my intentions. I got the things I want to do. I want to call in these people. I want to have talks with these people's higher selves. I want to do all this stuff. And night one was like, had a mind of its own. And it was all about a major ego death. It was going to the depths of my soul and hearing and feeling all that self-criticism, all that doubt, all that judgment that I placed on myself, and sitting with it for hours with zero psychoactive experiences, nothing happening other than me and that voice in my head, on my shoulder, in my heart, in my body saying, you are not enough. You're not worth it. You're a shitty person. You're all these things. And sitting with the depth of that reality. And it was really, really tough. Mm-hmm. And it broke me to the core. And I wrestled with it for hours. I asked for another cup. I wanted some other experience other than the one that I was dealing with. And ayahuasca said, no. This is the work we're doing right now. You have these ideas about, healing this relationship and doing this and going on this journey. You had big intentions
to reconcile some of the feelings with your family, which has been challenging. You had all these noble intentions. Ayahuasca was like, no, we got other plans.
You can't do anything in this life until you really, truly, unconditionally love yourself. Whew, okay. So that's what I had to do. I had to surrender fully to the idea that everything I was telling myself was true. And that's the only time, that's when it finally broke, was I laid there on that mat and I made peace with the possibility that all of these lies I was telling myself could possibly be true. And in that reality of the worst self-talk you could possibly imagine, feeling like the lowest human on the planet and not worthy ever in this life of unconditional love. Whew. I started deep on a journey where the ayahuasca is usually described as a grandmother spirit. And I met her and walked with her through past, present, and future lives. And it was the most beautiful experience I could possibly imagine. I literally was able to ask her question after question about things that were on my mind and have the most beautiful journey I could possibly imagine. I had the end of the ego death, there's a rebirth. But in my rebirth process, I was overwhelmed by the incredible grief of my life as I knew it and the rebirth into a new perspective, a new timeline, a new trajectory. And as I've been working on, and you've been a good guide for this and so many other important people in my life, speaking into my life, I just sat with that. And it was very difficult. The overwhelming sense of sadness and grief of what I was leaving behind. Mm-hmm. I just sat with that for hours, probably 2 hours, as I was begging grandmother to let me purge whatever was inside of me and needed to come out. And she said, not yet. Not yet, my son. There's more. And so I sat with that and didn't fight it and just surrendered to feeling into the depth of all those beautiful emotions, incredible experiences from the past, heartbreak, failures, frustrations, deep, deep sadness. And then I purged at about 4:30 in the morning, finally. And laid there afterwards on my mat and then opened my eyes. And it felt like I was opening my eyes for the first time. And as the bat animal card instructs, the rebirth, the death of the ego is followed by the rebirth, and the integration of that is the sunrise. So in Costa Rica, the sunrise is very early, and it was only about 45 minutes until the sun rose that morning, that beautiful morning at 5:15, and I sat there on my mat, breathing in what felt like brand new oxygen into my lungs, and enjoyed the beauty and the mystery of this life, and the howler monkeys and their noises in the jungle, and the sounds of life waking up.
Yep.
And that's what I felt like happened to me on that third day, and I felt like I was kind of walking on air back up to the room. It was very special.